not for most of the cruise altitude. Okay, let's get the APU started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard of this aircraft. If I could ask everyone to stow their cabin bags under the seat in front of them, or in the overhead lockers above. We are preparing for a prompt departure, so please take your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
I don't think that was me. Who was that?
Mine.
Hey, can you put PTT on, Chris?
Alright, PTT on.
Okay, folks, welcome aboard. We are flying. Get some of this stuff out of the way. We are flying today from Brisbane to across to Wellington in New Zealand. You can see there, David is pushing back right now in his Qantas aircraft. I'm supposed to push next, but Chris, you can see the tail in the distance there. That's Chris. So 2 Qantas aircraft and 1 Bonza flying. It's a 3-hour airtime flight from Brisbane to Wellington. So as I have started to do lately, I'm going to be recording until I'm climbing out of Brisbane, possibly up to cruise altitude. But for most of the cruise, I won't be recording. Maybe some points of interest along the way, like equal time point. It is an ETOPS flight. But mostly I won't record that cruise altitude stuff, and we'll resume the recording again when we come back down. So right now I'm waiting for David to push, because I'm going to have to I wonder if I can push behind him. David, it looks like I can push behind you. So
I'll start rolling forward and get out of your way, mate.
No. I don't think you need to. I can push without you moving. All right, let's just summon up. Oh, let's put the APU on the bus. Get the dual bleeds on and call for pushback.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas 355, taxiing from the international terminal via Charlie 9 Bravo, Bravo 1, Alpha 1, hold point 1.
Yeah, I'm going to push
Brisbane traffic.
facing south. No, facing north.
Yeah, we're going to be departing southward.
It'll be a long taxi.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, we got the bleeds on, so we can turn ground power off. Sim. Ground actions, disconnect.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, we're going to push back facing right. Brisbane traffic, bonds 855 out of gate 80 is pushing back facing north. Shortly. But in preparation, we'll put all our pumps on in preparation of startup. Turn the backs off. Nose. Right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released at 134.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
0134 pushback time. And today we're going to start up engine number 2 first. Into 21%.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas 737 over to land.
And 25 fuel flow on.
Shortly facing north. And for runway 19 left.
That's Chris ahead in there. You see to the right there, that's David already taxiing. Chris, tail still sticking out of the parking bank.
Please set parking brakes.
Okay, parking brake set.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, engine number 2 started up, engine number 1 starting.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Full on. Okay, we got 2 engines. So let's put the engines on the bus. First things first. Put the packs back on. And packs are on. APU bleed off. APU off. Okay, so just going through everything. Okay, we got all tanks on. Bus parked. Taxi light on. Engine start. Switches to continuous. Probe heat on. Okay. Collision lights on. Tanks on auto. Turn the APU off. Okay, flaps flying. Check the controls. Controls all good. Fuel flow reset. Before taxi checklist. Generators are on, probe heat is on, anti-ice not needed, isolation valves auto, engine start switches to continuous, recall checked, auto brakes, RDO, engine start levers, idle detent, flight controls checked, ground equipment clear, before taxi checklist completed. Brisbane traffic. Bonza 855 is taxiing to holding point runway 19er left via Charlie 9, Bravo 9, Alpha, all the way to Alpha 1 holding point, Brisbane traffic. Okay, we got our taxi light on. Release parking brakes. Which one is Charlie 9? Is it this one?
Traffic on Alpha 1 for runway 19 left via Charlie 8 Bravo all the way to Bravo 1.
Is that how they do it? They do it go on Bravo, not Alpha?
I wanted to go parallel with you if you do it. So we on parallel.
Okay, I got it. So it's a big race. Okay, check right. Clear. Left. Clear. So basically, the next one over is our runway, and we are on a taxiway and paralleling the runway, so it's going all the way down and then to our holding point. And that's Chris, and he's on Alpha and I'm on Bravo. Or the other way around. I'm on Alpha, he's on Bravo. Wow, it really is a long way. Okay, I can see David ahead of Chris on Bravo. He's probably been waiting for us.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas 355, lining up runway 19 left at Alpha 1. Brisbane traffic.
There he goes. He's crossing taxiway Alpha right now. Not sure if we can resolve that from the recording. Chris, you can go ahead. You got there first.
Yep, okay.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas 355, rolling runway 19 left. We'll be tracking out to the south on the Scott 3 departure. Brisbane traffic.
Have a good flight, Captain.
Brisbane traffic. Brisbane traffic, Qantas 37, lining up runway 19 left.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas 355 is airborne, climbing through 1,300, flight level 350. Brisbane traffic.
Brisbane traffic, Bonza 855 lining up, runway 19er left.
Approaching 19 left.
Brisbane traffic, Qantas Citizens airborne, passing 1,400.
On runway 19 left.
Gonna get about 10 miles. Brisbane traffic, Bonza 855 departing runway 19er left on a Scott 3 departure for Wellington. Alright, are we set? Flap set and trim set, 7.2 required, 7.2 set. Okay, thrust to 40%. Stabilize Tuga. Forward pressure on the controls. Takeoff thrust set.
80 knots.
Release forward pressure. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps 1.
Very good. Are you showing any weather cells on your radar?
Okay, come on.
I'll just turn it on. Nothing at this stage. I'm tracking out towards
Flaps
the
up.
east now.
Yeah, nothing on mine, but I haven't had it. I only get it once in a while only for some reason. I never get it all the time, even though there's bad cells in front. But I know the restrictions of the system we have now, but still not much. Yeah, I only get it once in a blue one.
Active sky isn't showing any rain in the area, so I wouldn't expect it to depict any cells on the weather radar.
Oh, I didn't update my departure. That was when we were taking off to the north. Now we're taking off to the south. I didn't update that. So we're following this other part of it. Luckily the course is still on this map. It's just not in color. Okay, and that's where you got the 220.
Which aircraft model are you using?
I've got the version 2 point, I think 1.4 is the visual model. So the latest visual model, and a Qantas livery.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on. And packs on auto. Landing gear up. And flaps up. No legs. After takeoff checklist completed. We won't get a fuel estimate against the plan until we get to Scott. I think this route, this way, picking up to the south is a little bit longer. I may be mistaken, but we'll see how it goes. Below 8,000. Well, Chris, you gave yourself a direct to Scott?
No, I'm not. I'm still waiting for me in my sim.
Really? Wow.
Okay. Yep, I'm straight heading towards Google now, 6.3 miles.
Wow, okay.
Because we can only climb after Google to above 8,000 feet after Google.
Yep, roger. I don't understand. He's not going to Dougal though. It's weird. He could be in the interpretation of the data. Turning for Dougal. looking left, looking right, coastline, the Brisbane coastline, with those barrier islands. And there's David. So we're gonna start climbing after Dougal. As you can see, the restriction of Dougal is 8,000 or below. Once we get past it, we can start climbing again. As my fellow pilots have started to do so. Oh, and therefore we can start climbing too. For my cruise altitude 370. Brisbane traffic, Bonza 855 overhead waypoint Dougal, now climbing from 8,000 feet to cruise altitude flight level 370. So I selected a climb 2. It's a longer flight, so it's useful to save fuel by selecting a climb 2 or climb 1 or reduced thrust climb. And I don't know what the boys are using, but after about 10 to 12,000 feet, it actually makes more sense to do a non-reduced thrust climb, because you get to the more efficient higher altitudes. So the system will automatically switch from climb 2 to climb on its own. I think in this sim it does it at about 12,000 feet. Okay, we can let folks out of this. If that number is, and here we say in Wellington it's going to be 3.8. So as long as that number 3.8 is less than 5.6, it's going to show using reserve fuel. But it's weird. The system thinks.
I don't know what's wrong with my aircraft model, David, but it just lost its control and it just started climbing.
When you got to Daydan, that's when it should have climbed from 8,000.
It's 3 other
No, I know that.
aircraft.
I've
Yeah,
just passed
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've just started my climb to a spot, the past spot. But I've had issues with my flight model. It just suddenly climbs out of no reason, and then it stalls the plane. So there's an issue with the flight model. That's what I was asking you about your flight model, because I had the same issue the other day when I was trying to fly to Brisbane.
So this guy is
What
actually going to Indonesia.
version are you using? I'm using
That guy.
pretty much the latest beta. I just haven't done the latest
He's
one. That was-
Virgin
came in 2 days ago. Are you running
Flight 83. What is going on here with this map?
Are you running 3.11?
Need to restart that school.
Sorry, that's the operator station.
Now I'm running the full version of 3.29.
about good on the fuel. So it's about 400 pounds more fuel than the plan indicates. That was including going on a different departure. But that's roughly about the same. So straight ahead there is see what and by the way, the climb has gone back to regular non-derated climb, but that happened sometime back, I guess. Cruise out. Yeah, so optimum, we're going to be at our optimum cruise altitude, flight level 370, and we are planned 370, so we're good for now.
I'm just going to pop out the sim pit for a minute.
Roger. Okay, engine starts to auto. Should switch that off. Okay, dump pressure, what is that? About 40. Temperature about 21 or 22. And cabin altitude is 5,000. Diff pressure is 6. Good spacing, 20 miles apart. So just for the arrival, we can see we have a let's see, time of arrival is going to be about 507 Zulu, and now it's 207, so it's literally 3 hours to go. But to give you a sense of the arrival, so we're going on this Sims 3 Charlie arrival. Starts at Bullet, the intersection of the Auckland Oceanic and New Zealand four boundary. And once we get closer, we're gonna then switch to the approach, which is if things don't change, it's gonna be a runway 34 ILS approach. And what I wanted to point out here is the runway itself. It's a relatively short runway, 5,955. I did some preliminary calculations on this that I
back on board.
Roger. I should be able to land like with an auto brake max and flaps 40 with a full contingent of passengers. I should be able to land in about 5,500 feet, so with about 500 feet to spare. And you know, so if we're landing from the south, I should be able to vacate by Alpha 2.
David,
second
what
last.
say the model you're using now?
But there's no backtracking required, so you can vacate quickly. With this kind of spacing, it should be fine.
Yeah, so
look at our
the
journey.
ProSim system
There we
is version 3.30.
So I'm just muting them out for a little second, just to explain that we're now passing flight level 260 for 370. It's another 3 hours before we arrive in Wellington. I'm going to switch off or pause the recording now, and maybe bring it up again as we pass into the ETOPS entry point, equal time point, and ETOP exit points along the route. For those, not sure I can show you that. Or maybe I can right at the bottom. Let's see. we've got lots of following winds for this trip. Here we go. So you can see from this one, the ETOPS entry is right here. Those are the 3 points actually. ETOPS entry, green dot, then equal time point, and ETOPS exit. That's this means you know, for the period like if you're going outside a 1 hour distance from an airfield, that's means you're entering your ETOPS portion of the flight. And the equal time point means that if you got a trouble before that, you turn back. If you got trouble after that, you keep going, basically. And then the ETOPS exit, that means you're within an hour's flight from a viable option, which is Auckland in this case. So I'll probably get the recording back on at the entry point just to identify it, and maybe the other 2 points as well. Okay, so for the moment we're passing flight level 290 for 370, and we will resume the recording in a little bit. Okay guys, just coming back to you to show you ETOPS. We're arriving at our ETOPS entry point, and I've got 3 points of interest here. Well, actually 2 that are coming up. This magenta label here, LHI, is Lord Howe Island, and we're coming up to it, about 57 miles away. After that is our ETOPS entry point, which has a random reference here, Lima Hotel India 01. But that's the center of that is our ETOPS entry point, and the next one without the rings around it, VEP 02, Victor Echo Papa 02, is the equal time point. So the idea is that there is also an exit point much further ahead, and there it is, there's the 3rd one. So the idea is that you are considered to be in the ETOPS flight from ETOPS entry to ETOPS exit, and what it means is that if you go further than the ETOPS entry point, that means you're outside 1 hour, being within 1 hour of another airfield, and the ETOPS exit is you are you're coming back within 1 hour. So the one the further away one is actually you're now closer to airfields in New Zealand, at least 1 hour from an airfield in New Zealand. So the equal time point is this middle one, and the spacing is not the same just because of wind conditions, but it means that if you're having trouble before that point, you could go back. You should go back because you're closer to an airfield going back than you are forward. And if you have trouble after that, it's better for you to continue on rather than to stop. So I just wanted to point out the ETOPS entry, equal time point, and ETOPS exit points, which are coming up in our flight, and a basic summary of it. And here they are on the flight plan: the ETOPS entry, ETOPS equal time point, and ETOPS exit. And let's see. So, and then back to this map again. All those things are represented here. Here's the entry point. Is also is referring to the airport that is an hour away, which is Yankee Whiskey Lima Mike, and then our equal time point comes after that, and then the exit point, the airfield that's within an hour of there is Auckland, which is a little bit closer than Wellington. So there you have it, and we are going to go back into snooze, folks, for you guys. I just wanted to let you know that, and let me actually show you where we are on the way. Still got a long way to go. Looking at timing, 5:04 is our arrival time, so that's 2 hours and 5 minutes, 2 hours 20 minutes away. So, ciao for now. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay, so we're back on the recording. A couple of things I want to point out. We're now 1 hour 41 minutes into our flight, and we are approaching Victor Echo Papa 04, which is a custom waypoint for the exit, ETOPS exit point. After that point, if I run into trouble, the closest airfield for me to divert to will be Auckland. But what I'm doing here is with my clock, you can see it in the corner here. I am measuring the time between the ETOPS entry and the ETOPS exit point. If you have a ETOPS 60-minute ETOPS aircraft, then you should not have an ETOPS entry from ETOPS entry to ETOPS exit period of more than 60 minutes, and I think we're going to be well within that. Estimated arrival time is 3:50, and we're at 3:34, so it's like 15 minutes. It's just a reference point. Anyway, it's looking like it's going to be 50 minutes, so we're in compliance with ETOPS, assuming an ETOPS 60, but actually I gotta look it up, but I think this max is good for ETOPS 120 or even 180 minutes, 3 hours for a single engine. I'll look that up. But anyway, even with the conservative 60 minutes, we're still compliant. And let's see, 0506 is still our expected time of arrival in Wellington. And let's see, that's about an hour and a half away, something like that. Yep, 90 minutes. So we'll catch up again in a little bit.
That overspeed horn is really hot. Yeah, it's only hot by about 1 knot.
Traffic. Fine now. Fine.
Okay,
Clear of conflict.
there you can see it. I think you should be able to see that aircraft. That's David.
Fine.
I can see you out my left window now, David.
Clear of conflict.
Good. So we are descending now, but we kind of got jammed up. And that's David next to me. You can see now I'm moving straight ahead. I may need to do a loop-de-loop. See how far away the next waypoint is. It's about 60 miles away. Sim-Avionics at about 11,500. Wellington traffic, Bonza 855 is descending now through flight level 293, and we are expecting a Sim-Z, let's see, a Sim-Z 3 Charlie arrival with an ILS runway 34. Right now we're doing an orbit on the flight path to create separation with other flyers, but we should resume navigation on the path shortly. I'm just going to get behind Chris, back in line again.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting the way your weather injections in ProSim are different than mine with P3.
And the light from VATSIM. Bloke just flying over me, heading north. It's nice to see his contrail.
Sorry guys, I'm just back on way too high.
I'm not good enough for you guys, that's true. Bit of bragging here. The guys that played with my flight sim before they went for their interview reported that my flight sim was pretty accurate to the actual simulator that they used.
That's nice feedback, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's comparable to that. So yeah, if someone wants to come out and have a look at it, they might purchase their simulator off me for their students.
Where did you meet these pilots?
I knew one from when we were trying to. I knew one from when we were trying to organise a world flight back in before COVID.
Okay.
I got to do a hole at Sim-Avionics, I'm still too high.
You should stop taking drugs, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, descent checklist.
I was on the phone with work, so I had no choice.
Landing altitude has been set. Recall checked. Auto brake set to max.
There's always an excuse.
VREF 40142 and approach briefing has been completed. Descent checklist complete. Oh, I see. Vertical speed now, but I'm going to engage VNAV again. Let's see, for me there to put in, yeah, I've got going down to 5,500. Really want to be at 2,000 eventually. Okay, Sims looks like fuel is going to be 9.6. Okay, so now only 500 pounds. 500 pounds, so that would be 148.5. Doesn't make any difference. Try to intercept before. Boy, look at those views.
Something definitely wrong with this flight model I've got, or the OSIM version. It doesn't want to properly track me.
Yeah, there's this thing called virtualization. There's still some issues with the nav data with the current version.
Is that because my aircraft is rolling left and right, up and down?
Oh, update. It's better if you update the latest version.
That's because you're flying on a game, Sim.
Can we kick this other fella out?
Yeah, you don't like the truth.
Now we got the cloud cover again. That was nice while it lasted. We saw a little bit of this scenery here. And this scenery that we've just been crossing over is really the South Island and Wellington, of course, is on the southern end of the North Island, so we're going to be crossing the strait in between the North and the South Island very shortly. Chris, David and I were just saying there's so little room to spare on this landing. You should make sure you hit the target landing spot.
Yeah, should be able just make sure we got what the runway is.
Yeah, you guys are very close together. I'm significantly further away from you, Chris, than you are from David. Okay, we're very close, so we're going to go to VNAV. Okay, we can go to continuous on the start switches.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you store any electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate, as the use of such devices could interfere with the electronic landing equipment on board the aircraft. In final preparation for landing, please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your seat backs are in the upright position, and your tray tables are stowed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you or placed in the overhead locker. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to complete their final compliance check and to collect any remaining cups or glasses.
Yeah, because I don't think I was doing my planning well before I restarted the recording. So there's very little room for error. We've got a full plane of passengers, 186 passengers, and using the calculator the way I'm planning to set up, we're going to land in 5,740 feet, and the runway is 5,955 feet. So literally there's going to be 200 feet to spare. I'm going to stop right before the going in the water. I hope we don't go in the water, but that is what the situation is. Okay, slowing down nicely. Wish we had some visibility, but we don't. Wellington traffic, Bonza 855 is on the Sim-Avionics 3 Charlie arrival into Wellington. We will be expecting ILS Victor runway 34, and we will be on the ground at 0509 Zulu, Wellington traffic. Standard altimeters. Okay, what is my marking? I think it was 17. 17. Let's try to see if we can set that up.
Wellington traffic, on 355, 355 is clear, runway 34, beginning via Alpha North, for the terminal. Wellington traffic.
What were the wind conditions on the ground?
Yeah, just a bit blustery. I had my turbulence thing on, so it was pretty blustery down to about 100 foot. Yeah, it landed with heaps of runway. I could have landed with probably a braking of 2 and a max of 30 if I really wanted.
Really? Okay, let's arm speed brakes.
Be interested to see how it performs in P3D.
Yep. It's all on tape. Did you use flaps 30 or 40?
40.
Roger. That's my plan. Okay, flaps 1. Relatively sharp angle.
Take your seats for landing.
Lights on. We are going to slow down more. Okay, flaps 5.
You don't need auto brake 4, man. I stopped so short on Alpha 7.
The approach mode and gear down. Flaps 15. Wellington traffic, Bonza 855 has captured the ILS runway 34 and we are about 7 miles final. Okay, that's 15. Flight 30.
740 is around 30 south and bound full stop 34 Wellington.
It's not that high. That's 40. 142, 147. Let's just leave it at 150. Okay, landing checklist. Engine start switches to continuous, speed brake is armed, landing gear is down, flaps down and green. Landing checklist completed. Yeah, this is 15 knots. We have to go to 152. Gotta hit that spot. Wellington traffic, Bonza 855 is 3.5 miles final, runway 34. Okay, autopilot disconnect.
Approaching 3, 4.
Check. Check. Check.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
200.
Auto throttle disconnect.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Approaching 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain a few moments to taxi to the gate, and we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft comes to a complete stop at the gate. That will be the only indication that it is safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisle clear of any hand luggage. This is the termination of our flight, so we ask that you check the seatbelt pockets and overhead lockers
Bonza
for any articles you may
855
have brought with
vacated
you.
at Alpha 4.
Extra care should be taken when opening overhead lockers, as some items may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us and wish you all a pleasant stay. Thank you.
Start the APU. Yeah, I wonder, I think it's mainly because of the wind was not that strong and there were no gusts. I was, yeah, I'm not sure why the calculator is thinking I was going to chew up more. Oh, runway condition. I also set it at one less than the best. Wellington traffic, Bonza 855 is taxiing on Alpha. We'll probably turn on Bravo 6 for parking bay 17. You on the bus. Oh, did I just stop myself?
You can take 17, Paul.
Okay, good. That's what I was shooting for. Yep, I see my marshaller.
Oh, I have a visual guidance system.
My Wellington is more primitive. Best I can do. Okay, thanks, buddy. 0512. Shut down. Okay. Let's get the ground power on.
Logs. That was a good flight, eh? Bit long though.
Yeah, good though.
So when are we going to hop down to Queenstown? When do you want to do that one?
Either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. What's your preference?
Yeah, I can do either. Sounds good.
Okay, I'll send out a plan. Maybe what time is it now? Ooh, let's make it day after tomorrow. And I'll do Montreal tomorrow.
Oh, yep.
I'll let you know my plans. But yeah, good flight.
Yeah, it's just good to play around with those ETP points and all that. Try and get that fresh in your head.
We got to do that missed approach and diversion thing as well. I'll put some thought to that and then maybe bounce some ideas off you.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so we made it, and now we are requesting deboarding.
The boarding requested.
And if we look out our left side, that should start moving. I'm hoping the air bridge works. All right, so we've cut off. We've got ground power. So cut off the banks.
Well, I'm going to go as well. I've got to do some work still, although I'm supposed to be off today.
Okay. Hey, it was good flying, man. And
Yeah.
I'll share what we're planning to do with you in case you can join.
Yeah, okay. All right. Gotta go.
Okay, ciao, guys.
All right, see ya.
Wellington traffic into 740 square, runway 34 taxiing out to Park Wellington.
Okay, why didn't the air bridge go? Okay, it's not happening for some reason. Oh well. It is what it is. All lights off. And we can let folks under their seats. Okay, there it's going. Okay, so I didn't let the passengers out of their seats, and that is what delayed the. Oh, interesting. Okay. So. What else can I do here? Flight director's off. That was a very interesting flight, and I was worried about not being able to stop, but I managed to get off at Alpha 4, which is crazy. It's a lot quicker than I expected. Okay, is that set up? Yeah. So what else is preventing us from getting people out? I think I've got everything that's supposed to be off. Yep, we're all set up. Here's the trucks. The door should be open. That's my aircraft. It is Victor Hotel Uniform Juliet Tango, which is named Shaza. It is Bonza's first 737 MAX, and would you believe it that I have, thanks to a very friendly livery painter, I've got Bonza's first 4 aircraft. That would be Shaza, Baza, Malk, and Sheila. I have them all 4 of them. And in fact, last night when I was preparing for this flight, I actually took a screenshot of, maybe I have that screenshot here. Let me see. I have a screenshot of all 4 of them in the air. Let me see if I can find it. For some reason. Oh, I'm going to be upset if I lost it. Ah, yeah, I do have it. Here it is. So let me do a big shot of that. So those 4 are so UJT. The second one from the top is Shaza, and the other ones are Malk, Sheila, and Baza. All happen to be in the air at the same time. That's quite amazing. Anyway, we're on the ground now. in Wellington. We made it for the sunset, and my fellow simmers have already gone offline. And but look at that! What a beautiful surrounding. And I expected that we were coming in before sunset. Technically, the sunset time would be, I think, in about 15 minutes. So we literally came in with the last light. If there had been any delays, we might have been in the dark. But the landing was done pretty well, and it wasn't as close to the end of the runway. My stopping distance was much shorter than that, and I have to go back and see what are the reasons for it. But it all ended well. So thanks for joining the flight, and we will catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.